Let's get fired up because it's almost solstice. And so I'm going to invite you to a solstice ceremony on Enlightened Spiritual Warriors on Tuesday to actually celebrate the solstice together. And in the meanwhile, put your hands on your heart. Take a nice deep breath and allow yourself to be fully present in this moment, opening to all that the universe has for you, and being willing to accept what that is, accepting the lessons, accepting being right here, right now. So blessings, Shaman Weaver Sheila Baker here, and it's Friday. So if you are a worker bee, congratulations for making it to the end of the week. And hey, Verge, good to see you. So just let's let go of anything that is holding you back. So my sweetgrass is getting involved. Okay. So I'm just going to talk for a moment about sage and sweetgrass. Sage is used for cleansings. It comes in a stick that looks like this, that on the end. And I get my sage from California. It's white sage. It's not culinary cooking sage, but it is cleansing and sacred. It's a sacred plant for the indigenous people. And sweetgrass. Sweetgrass grows really well on the prairies. It's long and it grows straight, and then it gets braided. Hey, Donna, you know about this. It gets braided into this sweetgrass braid. It's difficult to get to light, but when you do, it's called sweetgrass for a reason. It has a really beautiful, sweet smell. So I did sage a moment ago. So let's draw some sweetness into our lives right now as we wait impatiently for the longest day of the year and illuminate everything that is in our life. So I want to talk about tapping into spirit today. And as a young child, hey Hector, as a young child, I had a near-death experience. From that, I saw things and heard things and felt that I was divinely guided because of that. I've lived my life inspired by spirit. Hey, Meg. All right, so I want to show you this because this is kind of an anomaly. The sweetgrass is still going. There you go. See? So this is potent. When a sacred object that doesn't like to stay lit stays lit, then we know that there are some fires burning. There's some igniting of old, long forgotten dreams. So what are yours? Tapping into spirit is very easy. Hear this drum beat like this? That monotonous drum beat drops your brain into a theta state. And in that state of deep meditation, your imagination has access to non-ordinary reality. Hi, Max. Good to see you. Happy Friday. So in non-ordinary reality, in that realm that quantum physics calls the field of infinite potential. Well, think about that for a moment. You have something on your heart and you take it into a shamanic journey where the monotonous drum beat drops your brain into a theta state where you have access to infinite potential. Not just this realm, not just this physical plane with its physical limitations, but you can see all possibilities as being equal, infinite potential. Hi, Meg. So in this state in which I have lived my life, because I've been divinely guided since I was 5, and I had a near-death experience. I saw things and heard things and knew things that a kid doesn't know. So there was an alteration at that point in my abilities. I didn't know that because I'm a kid. I'm 5. I think everyone can do what I can do. Everyone can see what I can see. It took me decades to understand that they didn't. I felt alien here. I didn't get it. Still don't get it sometimes. But now I have an understanding that when you take yourself on a journey and you ask important questions, and you know that your spirit guides have got your back, they want only your highest and best or better. So they give you a different perspective from what you have right here. And with a new perspective, you can change your mind. You can change your mind. Do you remember there was a time when none of us thought about being a global community? It wasn't in our consciousness. And now it is. We think about our sisters and brothers who are suffering and struggling. We have compassion. Every day, every weekday, we come and we send golden white light of love out on every drumbeat. This permeates your body. It permeates the trees and the grass and the bees, the birds. And it affects things. I don't know if you noticed or if you heard in the beginning of wars when people prayed peace. The recipients felt that. So my prayer on every drumbeat is to raise the vibe to love and above, where there's a new paradigm about conflict. You know, yesterday on my beach walk, I talked about the idea that I had that conflict creates clarity, but maybe it doesn't. You know, we were passed along a lot of beliefs that aren't working anymore in this new paradigm of the Aquarius age, the age of Aquarius, community, cooperation, collaboration, and communication. And this new paradigm isn't about conflict. It's about how do we do it together? How do we come together? How do we address world unity? Well, so if it all starts with me and my itty bitty shitty committee, y'all have one, by the way, we sit down. We sit down with the spirit community committee. And each conflict has a solution. Every conflict in you is either love or fear. And here we are raising the vibe to love and above. Banishing the fear. Raising that fear, that idea that there isn't enough, that lack is abundant. Well, there is no lack. There is no lack. There's distribution of resources, but there is no lack on this planet. Those people over there have this, I have that. When we come to acknowledge that, and we come to do it in fair trade, whatever that means, well, what it means is I give you butter and you give me carrots. When we come to that, when we bring ourselves back to the basics, then this collaborating happens. This connection happens. So if you look around like I am right now, and I look at my stuff, I'm like, how much of this stuff is necessary? I have a lot of accoutrements. I have a lot of little things that remind me of, oh, that's of that person, and that's from that journey, and that's from over there. But do I need them? You know, and some of them, I've even forgotten they're there. So if you have forgotten that something is there, is it necessary? Does it really make your heart sing? If you went about looking at a couple of your shelves and picked things up, you know, like right here, I have my citrine. Does it make my heart sing? Yes. Okay, good. All right, so then next to it, I have a little tea bag thing. What does it say? Note to self, you are amazing. Okay, so I have to have that, right? Okay, do you see how how easy it is to think that you need to have all this stuff around you? And the biggest, most important, amazing thing you can do for yourself over the weekend, before solstice on Tuesday, is to put your feet on the ground, your bare feet, touch the earth, snuggle up to a tree, get out in nature. Everything has a spirit in my world. Everything, everything, everything. Rocks have a spirit. Trees have a spirit. They're called dryads. Everything has a spirit. And as a matter of fact, every plant has qualities. And some of those attributes, over time, we came to use long before chemicals were introduced. We used that plant medicine, used that plant as medicine. The ancient shaman knew which plant to use. It's not part of my, that's not part of my calling. What you find is that when you align, when you sit out in nature for just even 20 minutes and tap in, what happens is you feel that deep connection. You feel that solace that I was talking about yesterday at the beach. You feel the ability to let go. And you feel the ability to trust the process. And you get to be. So that sends them golden white light of love out on every drum beat, all around the world, all the way out through this universe to the next and the next and the next. You know, when I first started drumming, I would say that, you know, there's some little alien sitting out there, and this golden white light that we're drumming up and sending out, the little band of it every day would just go floating past. There'd be like, wow. So imagine this. Imagine that your contribution to just being here is to shine more light, to lighten up, to share more love, and to pray peace. Don't pray for something, feel the peace in you. Find more pieces of peace in your day. Create harmony, and it starts inside. When you and your itty bitty shitty committee can have a sit down with your spirit council, imagine this. Imagine each one of your spirit council partnering up with one of your itty bitty shitty committee, the ones who are like, no, you can't do that. No, that's not going to work. Never saw that. What if they partnered up? And what if they became in balance? So anything is possible. Everything has potential. And with this partnering, in this journey with this monotonous drum beat, in this partnering, there's no longer conflict. There's only possibility. So let's just sit in that for a moment. So place your hand on your heart, and just for a moment, imagine what it would be like for you to conjure up a new idea about something, whether it's your work or your partnering or the way that you're going to be in life. Maybe claiming abundance, claiming peace, and that there is no, well, that can't happen. There's just, so imagine this. Here's one of the itty bitty shitty committee and one of the spirit council. They're holding hands and they're walking along the path. They're just noticing, you know, one of them is saying, well, look out for the boulder. And the other is saying, oh, move around it this way. And they find a way that is peaceful and harmonious and loving and uplifting. And that begins to be your way in the world, where if an idea bubbles up, you know, I've talked about this lots, where we get an idea that turns into a thought and then turns into an action. Between the thought and the action is this back and forth of the itty bitty shitty committee and the spirit council. So when they're partnered up, and they're holding hands and they're walking along together, so get this little visual, right? Itty bitty shitty committee, spirit council, walking along down the path, you know, same path, different perspectives. But neither of them overrules the other. It's about honoring and respecting the itty bitty shitty committee, which is your reptilian brain. So we'll give that a massage. It's about honoring that, and then also honoring the spirit and bringing those two together. So let's do we haven't done this for a long time. Let's do a reptilian brain massage, because that's the inception of the itty bitty shitty committee. It's this reptilian brain that's like, you gotta be safe. It's scary out there. Okay, so let's energize our hands first. All right, reach your arms way out. Now bend your elbows. it automatically goes where you need it to be. So right back there, there's a little divot. Feel that? Okay, and we're going to massage in one direction and then massage in the other direction. And then bring your fingers down the outside of your neck and then just pull on your shoulders. And rub your fingers together. Nice. Okay. Now, what you have done, the reptilian, keep rubbing your fingers together for a second. We're going to change this tension that was on our neck into white light. Okay. Now let's blow it away. So the reptilian brain is hyper vigilant. Have you ever felt like that, where you're kind of on edge, you're sort of nervous like this? Well, that's the reptilian brain's job, is to keep you safe. But it also comes in conflict, hence the itty bitty shitty committee. It comes in conflict with your higher calling, with the spirit. Let's move up. Oh no, it's safe down here. So when you give it a little massage, it can go, okay, I see you've got this. It's okay. I can relax a little bit. And so when you're coming to a big decision and you've got a lot of thises and that's, then take a moment and just pet the reptile back there. Okay, now we're going to give away some love. Get some. Okay, so energize your hands. Nice. Put your hands on your heart. Take a nice deep breath. And one more. All right, and we're going to open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for us. One more time. I open freely to give it away, give it away, give it away. Accept, big bowls with your hands. If you're going to accept something from the universe, big bowls, and now embrace, put it in your heart. Okie dokie. One last time. I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. Namaste, aho, bliss. And in case no one has told you so far today, you are amazing. Have a fabulous weekend. It is solstice on Tuesday, so outside in nature for a bit, and watch how the days are getting longer. And on Tuesday, join me for a solstice celebration on let me do that all over again. So when that happens, just give a little shake. So on Tuesday, on Enlightened Spiritual Warriors, I'm going to do a solstice celebration at 7 p.m. So join me for that, and we'll turn the wheel of the year, and we'll move into summertime. All right, everyone. Yolanda, nice to see you. You're very welcome. And have a fabulous weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.